Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about what is object-oriented programming. My name is Omkar Yelgandalkar, and I'm making this short video for people who want help as well as one of my assignments. So, let's get to it. Object-oriented programming is the model of programming that focuses on data structures or objects. So, these data structure contain variables or they're called attributes. Okay. Now, we heard about what is object oriented programming. Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about what is object oriented programming. My name is Omkar Yelgandalkar, and I'm making this short video for people who want help as well as one of my assignments. So, let's get to it. Object oriented programming is the model of programming that focuses on data structures or objects. So these data structure contain variables or they're called attributes. Okay. Now we heard about what is object oriented programming. So let us see what is an object. Okay. An object is an instance of a class, which is a collection of attributes. And sounds a little this thing, but let's get to easier this thing. So first we've seen what is object oriented programming. Now let's see what an object. An object again are instance of a class. So what is a class? A class is a user-defined data type that acts as a blueprint of an object. Again, I know this sounds really confusing right now, but what a class is a collection of data types. Okay, let's just keep it at that. A collection of data types. Suppose, let's take a real world example like a player in a game. When we are creating a game, we can take the example of a player. Okay, we can have a generic set of players like they'll have attributes or their attributes again like health, attack power, defense power, magical attack, magic defense, and so on. Now, and that a player itself is a class, an object of that class, okay, or the instance of a class of that class would be player one, player two, player three. Okay, so that class is just basically like a what do you call it, a blueprint that this is what an entire player's attributes are supposed to be. And then I'll create a player, sorry, player one, player two, player three. Okay. So we'll get in depth with that later on. So now we'll talk about what is a class and an object. As I said before, a class is a user-defined data type that holds its own data members and data functions. Okay. So like when we have to make a generic set of uh, you know, we make a generic set of characteristics for anything, player, as you've seen, or we can even make one for a car. We can make a class car. Okay, a car will have basically an engine, chassis, transmission, mm, exhaust, suspension, and all that stuff. Now we'll implement those exact same things with different values in a BMW or a Mercedes or a Pagani or any of those things. Okay, so car would be a class, okay, and a BMW would be its object. I think that sums it up much better. Okay. Now we're going to see what are data members and member functions. Okay. Member variables or data members are basically variables of the basic or derived data type. Okay. Sounds a little confusing. Basic, derived. We'll get to that a little later. Okay. So they are basically inside a class. The attributes are called data members. Okay. And the functions that we implement in every single class is basically member functions. Okay. These member functions can be accessed using the dot operator and so on. There are the way we'll access them, we can focus on that later. But this is the general basic idea. Okay. You can see that there are snippets of our code. I don't know this side, this side. While editing, I'll get it. Okay. But those member variables and member functions, okay, are what are inside a class. So that will be all for right now. Let's get to the next one.